On Rosh Hashanah, we said, Avinu Malkeinu, Rachem Aleinu. We said, our Father, our King, have mercy on us. Lama, our Father, our King? Because our Father really always wants to give us the right. You say, oh, listen, you're my son, go, go. You're my daughter, I love you, go, go, go. But really, there's rules. There's rules to the system. There's rules. I said there's rules. Somebody says, Mechalel Shabbat, it says in the Torah, Mot Yumat, Chash v'Shalom. No, it's good, it's good. I see it on my own machine also. It's good.
It's not too close?
Oh, that's how you see me in the machine?
Yeah.
Oh, but on my machine you don't see it that close.
Oh, no?
Yeah. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. By the time I redirect it, I'll lose a train of thought. It's fine. Most importantly, they listen. So, the Father, our Father in heaven, Hashem Yitbarach, really wants to give us everything. You want a car, he wants to give you a car. You want a Toyota, he wants to give you a Ferrari. He wants to give you everything. He wants to give you better than what you want for yourself. You want a house to live in, he wants to give you a castle. He wants to give it to you. But when Hashem Yitbarach created the Torah, 974 generations before he created the world, before he created mankind, in Gemara Masechet Chagigah, it says that Hashem created the Torah 974 generations before he created man, and he used black fire on white fire to write it. He inscribed it himself. That's why when you see a Sefer Torah now in the Beit Knesset, you see that always, every Sefer Torah, it doesn't matter if it's Mashkenazim, Sfaradim, Yemenites, Litvish, doesn't make a difference who they are. Everybody uses, same thing. The scroll is white, and the ink is black. Always the same. Nobody's writing in pink. No one is writing in blue. No one is writing in green ink. If you look at all my letters, if I write people letters, it's always in green ink. I like green ink. So if I wrote a Torah scroll, if it was my opinion, I write a Torah scroll in green ink. But not allowed. Why? Because it's supposed to commemorate how Hashem Yitbarach wrote the Torah scroll himself. He used black fire as the ink, on white fire as the background. So when he wrote the Torah, it wasn't just rules for us. It was also rules for him. Because he knew as our creator, he's our father. So he could do, really, he wants to, any father in the world that's a normal father doesn't want to give his kids everything. If he doesn't want to give them everything, he's not normal. I know, I see my daughter, she cries, I want to give her the world. Not just what she wants, but the world too on top of it, just in case. She wants a little toy, I want to give her the world and the toy. She wants spaghetti, I want to give her the world and spaghetti. Just in case she wants something, I want to give it to her. But if you're a good father, you can't give her everything. We're still in training. She's still training us to be good father, a good mother. The little daughter. We're in training. It's training. It takes a few years to train. By the time they grow up, you already know what to do. But anyway, so our Father really wants to give us everything. But he says, listen, that's not the way to do it. You can't just give your kids everything. Why? Because they end up becoming spoiled brats. They cause trouble. And they don't become really good people. So we have to give them rules. So Hashem says, I'm the Father, but I'm also the King. The King has rules. So this Torah is a rule book, not only for us, but also for him. Meaning that he knows that there are certain things that he can give us, and there are certain things that he can't give us, based on his own rules. And since his signature is emet, meaning truth, he cannot violate his own law. Can't violate his own law. He could postpone it, he could delay it, but he can't violate it. So on Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, we say Avinu Malkeinu, our Father, our King. Why our Father, our King? Our Father give us everything, but if in case the Father really can't, even though he wants to give it to us, go talk to the King. No, as the King you can do it. What do you mean as the King you can do it? As the King you could postpone the punishment that I really deserve and give me more time to do tshuva. As our Father, you want to give it up anyway. You want to say, listen, it's okay, but I can't, because there's rules. But as the King, you're not going to say, no, it's okay. What you're going to say, I'll postpone it. I'll give you another year to do tshuva. And the Rambam says the Reshaim, unfortunately, they get right away judged death. Right away. There's no in between. Someone that's a mamash, a rasha, gets death penalty. And unfortunately, a rasha doesn't necessarily mean a mean person. A rasha doesn't necessarily mean an evil person. Doesn't mean that. It could be a wonderful person. Like this young girl that died that was my neighbor. I told you guys last lecture, my neighbor, 23, 24-year-old young cute kid. She mamash didn't have a bad bone in her body. But unfortunately, according to the rules of God, it was time to go. He has his own judgment. I don't judge anybody. The point being is that the Rambam says that if someone is really a rasha, Hashem takes their life. But sometimes you see people that are evil. Not only evil, they're the worst people on earth. The Hitlers of the world, the thieves of the world, the murderers, the rapists, the pedophiles, wicked, wicked, wicked people. And they still have another year. They still have another year. I was reading Kohelet, the book of Ecclesiastes over Sukkot, and throughout the first 9 chapters, 12 chapters, first 9 chapters, Shlomo HaMelech is complaining. What is he complaining? This is not fair, this is not fair, this is not fair, this is not fair. What's not fair? He says there's sometimes you see a tzaddik gets punished. He has a miserable life. Sometimes you see a wicked person has a good life, or it looks like a good life. Sometimes you see the guy that's stealing, have money, the guy that's trying to work, get a hard living, barely has money to survive, and so on and so forth. He says, and this looks evil. It looks evil, but it's not. He says, chapter 10, he says it's not evil. This is the deen of Shamayim. This is the way Hashem runs the world. And in the end, when you see the full picture, you see that Hashem runs the world in a perfect, precise way. There's always a reason for it. The Arizal, alav shalom, one of his students, always asks questions about what happens when you see someone that's righteous and he's suffering, and someone that's wicked is prospering. How could it be? And he said, you know what? Go to the forest and stand by a specific tree. Stand by there, don't say anything, make sure no one sees you, and just stand there the whole day. At the end of the day, come back to me. The rabbi says, we do. So the student goes, he hides in the bushes, and he's looking at the tree all day. Shortly after, he sees a guy come to the tree, relax by the tree. Under the shade of the tree, it's very hot. Takes a drink, relaxes, and he picks up and he leaves. But before he leaves, he drops his wallet, full of money. In those days, it wasn't a wallet like today that's 1 inch by 1 inch. In those days, it was a bag. His bag full of money. Shortly after, another guy comes, hangs out by the shade. He sees this bag full of money. Well, you see a bag full of money, you gonna stay there? No. What do? You pick it up, you go, just in case the owner comes back. There's no owner. There's nobody. There's no ID. He takes the money. He leaves. Shortly after, a third guy comes. And he's by the shade. The original guy, the first guy that lost the wallet, comes back. The original guy, the first guy, there's 3 seats over here. The original guy comes back, and he goes to the guy, hey, listen, I just left a little while ago, and I left my bag full of money over here. Give me the bag. And he says, there's no bag here. I'm here only for the last 15, 20 minutes. There's no bag of money. He goes, listen, don't lie to me. I left a bag full of money here. Give me the money. He goes, there's no money. I don't know what you're talking about. There's no money. The guy that lost his money gets angry, takes a knife, stabs him, and kills him. And leaves the body to die, and leaves. So the student of the Arizal goes to the rabbi. He says, Kvod Harav, how can this be justice? Do you know what happened? The Arizal says, I will tell you what happened. I wasn't there, but I'll tell you what happened. First guy came there, and he dropped his wallet, dropped the bag full of money. Second guy picked it, left, took the money with the reward. Third guy got murdered for something he didn't do. He goes, yeah, exactly, Kvod Harav. Why? What kind of justice is this? He says the justice is from Shamayim. What you don't know is what happened in the previous Gilgul. In the previous life, these three people were also part of the same case. The first guy that lost the money, the second guy that found the money, and the third guy that murdered. All three of them were part of the same case. The first guy, the guy that actually lost the money, he is the guy that found the money in the past and didn't return it. He found money, but he knew he took money from another guy, stole money from another guy, and when it came to the court case, he knew the judge. He told the judge, listen, judge, I'll give you a part of the money. Don't say anything. The judge took the bribe. So the first guy that lost the money, he's the guy that stole the money originally. The second guy that found the money, nothing happened to him, he's the guy they stole from. Now, this guy that lost the money, he had to come back in a reincarnation to return the money that he lost to the guy that he stole from. So the student says to the Rizal, okay, no problem. The guy that stole had to come back in a reincarnation to return the money that he stole, because no one can get to Gan Eden with blood on their hands, meaning if they stole money. But who's the guy that murdered? He goes, oh, that's the judge. The judge is the one that had to get murdered. Why? Because when you go against Torah, you judge against the Torah, death penalty. Death penalty. So Shlomo Melech, in the first 10 chapters of the book of Kohelet, of Ecclesiastes, is telling us it looks unfair. Everything looks unfair. But it's not. It's very fair. It's a righteous judge. But this righteous judge has rules. And he says, listen, as your father want to give you everything, I want to give you everything, but I can't because I have rules. If I didn't have rules, it would be Sodom and Gomorrah. On the other hand, because I'm your father, I can act as the king whenever I want. And as the king, I can decide to postpone the punishment. I don't have to punish you now. I can punish you down the road. I'll give you another year. I'll give you another year. I'll give you more time. That's what we say, Avinu Malkeinu. We say, our father, king.